So I met Mark for lunch today, and he looked better than I've ever seen him. I wanted to get this on record. So he's got his system in place. His freedom fund is growing, and he's even visited a National Trust site on Tuesday. But as we were eating, he looked at the news on his phone and sighed. He was like, Zulf, I'm doing it. I'm actually doing it, but I'm terrified that it's all going to be taken away. What if there's another pandemic? What if the economy crashes next year, this year? I've only been doing this for about a year now. How do I know I won't be back at square one next year? I was like, Mark, what you're feeling is imposter survival. You don't know it yet. You think you've been lucky, but today I'm going to give you the 18-year perspective. I'm going to show you why the first 2 years are a filter designed to weed people out and how you can become anti-fragile. This one is going to be interesting. So in this penultimate, it's penultimate when it's the episode before the end, I think. In this penultimate episode, we zoom out. We're moving away from the day-to-day hustle and looking at the long game. We're talking about how to build a business that doesn't just survive a month, but survives a decade. So I want to take you back to March 23rd. I think I was sitting in office, and it was like the shift where we did all the monthly reports, and I was looking at the next thing. So I was sitting in the office, and like the rest of the world, I watched the Prime Minister tell everyone to stay at home. That was 2020. But at that point, I was self-employed. I want to take you back to 23rd, 2020. I was in the office, I was doing some photography work, and we were setting up some videos. I'll say it's easier to say than explain the whole process. So, like the rest of the world, I watched the Prime Minister tell everyone to stay at home. Within 48 hours, 3 of my biggest contracts were paused indefinitely. My inbox went from buzzing to silent. I remember sitting there looking at the certificate on the wall as a registered company for director. And for a split second, I felt the old 9-5 panic. I thought, this is it, innit? The game is over. I opened my survival spreadsheet. I saw my 6-month runway. I saw my diverse income streams. I've tried to do as much as I can to spread it out. So if something happens, I can try and recover some. I realized that while my income had paused, my business hadn't. I didn't spend that lockdown rotting. I spent it pivoting. By the time the world opened back up, I wasn't just surviving. I was ahead of everyone who had spent that time watching for government grants. 18 years has taught me that a crisis isn't a wall, it's a sieve. It lets the builders through and catches the performers. That was my time, but I made over 2,000 videos for one platform, which for years did very well. Not YouTube. The veteran. So the 2-year filter is going to be an interesting one. In my experience, I've seen hundreds of people start businesses. Most of them quit by probably like month 24. Why? Because the first 2 years are a lie. In year 1, you have novice energy. Everything is new and exciting. In year 2, the novelty wears off. The first big tax bill hits, and a client leaves. This is like a filter. It's testing you, what you're going to do. If you can survive year 2 slump, your chances of making it to year 10 skyrocket. The 18-year perspective isn't about being recession-proof. You know what it's about? No one tells you it. It's about being recession-ready. It's about knowing that in the economy, if it moves in seasons. And if you build your safety net, like we talked about, like last episode 11, I think it was, and your leverage, which is like episode 12, during the summer, you don't have to fear the winter. So you're planning for next year. You need to look a lot wider than that. This winter, how are we going to cope next winter? What did we learn that will help us next winter? This summer, what can we do better next summer? The survival statistics, let's actually look at this because Mark always likes to hear proof and evidence. So according to the Office of National Statistics, business demographic data, roughly 20% of new businesses in the UK fail within the first year, and around 60% fail within their first 5 years. If you make it past 5-year mark, you are statistically an elite operator. Because remember, you've got business expenses to keep a track of as well. So 5 years worth of expenses without any income can be tricky. The research from the Prince's Trust shows that resilience and adaptability are the top traits of a long-term entrepreneur. The world will change. AI will change your industry. Most times, a lot of changes happen, but taxes won't. You're going to get taxed. It'll still change and probably charge you more tax. Markets will shift. Survival is about your ability to pivot, not your ability to stay the same. When things change, we need to be able to adapt. Ooh, so how can you put this into practice? So Mark, here is how you ensure you're still here in 18 years. The rule. Is there such a thing? Never let one client or one income stream account for more than 33% of your revenue. If one segment or one leg of your stool breaks, the stool stays standing. How about you set aside 5% of your profit, because you need to have a pivot fund as well for learning. This is the money you use to buy some courses or a kit you need when the industry shifts. Always become a student. You want to learn. Try not to be obsolete. Some courses out there are worthless, but if you're doing something in your category and you feel like you need to be better at something, is there something that can improve you? Don't be afraid to learn. So a lot of this stuff is available free. Like a lot of the things I'm teaching you are all free. I'm not charging you anything for this. So it's just information from other people. Expand your memory, expand your learning, use the resources that are out there. And then you've got your 10-year scorecard as well. Stop measuring your success by monthly bank balances. Start measuring it by your net worth and your time freedom. If you're earning the same as last year, but working 10 hours less, you're winning. I'll give you my example in some of the future episodes of what my hours look like now. But I told Mark, I was like, stop looking at the news. A lot of the news is it's never good, is it? It's always bad. Start looking at your foundations. You survived the square one trap. You survived the status tax. You survived the one-man team burnout. You are already more resilient than 90% of the people that you've been looking at and comparing yourself to. The next crash isn't your ending. It's your opportunity to buy the competition. He was there, he's sitting there, he put his phone away. He said, Zulf, I realized that I was worrying about the wind when I should have been worrying and focusing on my roots. I'm not just self-employed for now. I'm a director for life. So consider it as your long-term goal. Survival isn't a destination, really. It's a habit. If you made it this far through the season, you have the tools now. You just need the time. How much of what I've said applies to you? How much of what we're doing now with Mark can help you? I put a lot of this information in the zulftalks.com/S19 season show notes. So you can maybe read them, because not everybody can hear this or watch this, so maybe read them. In our final episode of the season, there's a massive twist. A massive twist. I didn't see it coming. I was surprised. And it's kind of, it helped. If you help someone, it comes back, it's karma. We're putting it all together though. I'll be giving you the roadmap to freedom. Your step-by-step idea to survive. I'm Zulf and this is Self-Employed Survival. Season 19. Be your own boss. I'll see you on the next one. What's one question you're stuck on right now? Contact me on zulftalks.com. You could drop me a message on Insta or email me there. If you want, you could even put your answer below this episode in the comment section. I read through every single one and it helps me shape the shows. So it'll be good to hear from you. It would be really good if you can leave a review wherever you're listening to this. The show resources are available at zulftalks.com. You can also sign up to the mailing list there, which will allow you to get information to help you on your journey working for yourself.
Working for yourself, I know you love it. Working for yourself, 'cause I love it too. Working for yourself, Zulf talks about it, making it easy for you. Working for yourself, go be your own boss. Working for yourself, Zulf will help you along. Working for yourself, powered by trusted creators, zulftalks.com.